everyone can agree that the Nintendo GameCube is a cool console, but what about its library? More so than that, perhaps any other platform, the GameCube has one of the most divisive lineups in gaming. Most of the games are extremely polarizing, believed and dismissed by many. Depending on who you ask, it's very likely you'd end up with a totally different list every time. So our boys in the lab decided to settle it once and for all with the definitive ranking. Here's our top 5 GameCube games. What better way to kick off a divisive list than with Zelda game? The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is everything you could want as a follow-up to Ocarina of Time after the initial outrage over the Wind Waker release. Nintendo finally delivered the goods with the objectively best GameCube Zelda, boasting 9 dungeons, a fantastic soundtrack, a wide range of tools and sword techniques, and some of the best bosses in the series. Twilight Princess hits upon everything you want out of a real Zelda game. If any of that wasn't enough, Twilight Princess also has the best iteration of Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. Plus, one of the greatest companions ever to join Link on his adventure, Midna. For anyone looking for a Zelda title that is worthy of its name, look no further than Twilight Princess. Metroid Prime has a long and storied history. There are 4 games in the series, and one of them is a trash spin-off. The other 2 are sequels, and they're alright. The first one, however, is pretty neat. Nintendo wanted to get on some of that Halo and Killzone money, so they licensed Metroid to an American company. They made this game. Metroid went first person for the first time, and it was a hit. Not only that, it was the first 3D Metroid as well. This was huge for the series since it brought back into relevance after skipping a whole generation. Fans were delighted, and some would argue that's even better than Super Metroid. Prime marks a brand new direction for this series and a bold move by Nintendo that has earned a place in top 5 history forever. Super Smash Bros. Melee is synonymous with the GameCube. The sheer explosion of popularity of the series gained with this second entry is absurd, and it's still alive and kicking today. Melee earned a cult following so dedicated that many still prefer it to the newest entries and the better ones, and it continuously sees more viewers at events like EVO than its competitors and contemporaries. There isn't really much to say about Melee that hasn't already been said before. It's the lifeblood of the console, the defining, must-own software. For minis, this list is already ruined because it's not number 1. Believe me, Melee is probably the best party game around, but science has spoken. In Luigi's Mansion, you get to play as an Italian Ghostbuster who has to save his more popular big brother from the Addams family. Take inspiration from Metal Gear Solid, the whole game takes place in a single night. Over the course of this quest, Luigi must battle with an army of undead with nothing but a vacuum cleaner and a Game Boy Advance. They didn't stand a chance. Iconic characters were introduced such as Baby Ghost, Grandma Ghost, and my favorite, Boo number 45. As a spiritual successor to Mario is missing, we couldn't have been any happier with the results. All we really want now is a sequel. We live in an amazing time. Humans are capable of almost anything if we set our mind to it. We have the technology to send a man to space and bring him back. We have the tools to cure some of the most crippling diseases on the planet. We have the information to control and regulate our very climate, allowing us to overcome decades of environmental abuse. But most importantly, we have the science to ascertain the truth that Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door is in fact the greatest game on Nintendo Game Quad. It's taken over 3 decades of excruciating, painstaking science to get here. Countless lives have been lost in the crossfire, but not in vain. As one of the only RPGs ever on the platform, Paper Mario stands out because of its presentations, mechanics, and writing, which it managed to blend together into one of the most cohesive packages. Much like the previous game, this is a world of paper, and the game knows it. It actively encourages this and leverages it. Mario can turn into a paper airplane or slide into a crack in the wall, making something cosmetic a relevant gameplay tool. It's simple and straightforward, but not insulting or boring. It managed to be one of the most accessible JRPGs in the genre. Science doesn't lie, and neither do I. Back to the show.